Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
A compressor is a very useful and functional device for a motorist. With its help, mainly pump up the wheels, if they are flat, check the pressure, and correct it before long trips. But the compressor also allows you to paint, blow out various components and systems, get rid of dirt in hard-to-reach places, and so on. Since the compressor has a high level of responsibility and an important function, it must be selected carefully. Certain requirements are imposed on the devices. But also an easy option for buying a decent model becomes a rating of the best devices. Requirements for compressors. When choosing a car compressor for tire inflation, it is not necessary to focus on its additional functionality. Roughly speaking, the presence of a flashlight on the device in no way affects the speed of filling the wheels with air or the durability of the equipment. Before choosing a suitable car compressor, you need to determine the requirements and basic criteria. The buyer is faced with the task of acquiring a reliable, sufficiently effective and durable device that will not fail at the most crucial moment, and will be able to fully cope with the functions assigned to it. There are several main criteria that help in solving this issue. Type. Devices that allow you to inflate the wheels using the onboard power supply are of piston and diaphragm type. Membrane models are based on the use of a special rubber membrane in their design. Devices are characterized by durability and are quite inexpensive in their maintenance and repair. But most drivers will not be suitable for membrane compressors because of their poor resistance to low temperatures. From the cold, the diaphragm hardens and can collapse over time. In piston analogs in the design, there is a piston made of metal. The equipment turns out to be powerful, productive, and more reliable. Materials used. If you are thinking about how to really choose the right car compressor for yourself, then it is better to refuse from models with the use of a large amount of plastic. The presence of plastic indicates the desire of the manufacturer to cheapen the product. But plastic reduces reliability and durability. The material is less resistant to mechanical damage, various loads, and high temperatures. Therefore, experienced motorists recommend choosing only those pumps that are made of metal. Performance and pressure. For passenger cars, it makes no sense to choose the most high-performance models. Their capacity is sufficient to inflate tires with a radius up to R18. For crossovers and SUVs, which are installed tires from R18 and more, it is recommended to choose models of medium capacity. The average pressure and performance will ensure efficient operation. Spending a lot of money on the most powerful devices is not worth it. It makes no sense. The presence of a pressure gauge. You can buy a compressor without a pressure gauge, but such equipment will be extremely inconvenient to use. On the vast majority of devices, the pressure gauge is present, but the buyer should look at what exactly it is. They are divided into mechanical and electronic. The latter option is more accurate with a smaller error, but the presence of an electronic pressure gauge automatically increases the cost of the device. If it is a compressor with a mechanical pressure gauge from a good manufacturer, it will be enough for an ordinary motorist. Power source. There are several options here. There are compressors available on the market that work from the onboard network, household socket for 220V, own battery, and car battery. The most productive and powerful devices designed to service the wheels of large SUVs and trucks are connected to the battery. A standalone battery, which comes with the compressor, does not have enough power to inflate all the wheels. You have to constantly monitor the charge level. Compressors with power from the household network are very attached to the socket. Such devices can be bought for garage use. But the most universal camping compressors, which can easily fit in the trunk and can be carried with you, work from the cigarette lighter. The power is enough to serve any passenger car and even a crossover. Housing and wiring. Look at the appearance, compactness, and materials used. It is desirable that the body had special pads on the legs made of rubber or other soft material. The presence of plastic is not welcome. Only design elements of the compressor can be considered an exception. Pay special attention to the wire and its length. It should be strong enough and easily reach the pump from the cigarette lighter to any of the four wheels of the vehicle. Additional functionality. The most useful additional features include the function of pumping out air and automatic shutdown when a certain pressure is reached. It also does not hurt to have a backlight or flashlight, so that in the dark time of day it was possible to consider the readings on the pressure gauge or illuminate the wheel for connecting the compressor. The more additional functions, the more expensive the device. Prioritize the main characteristics. Starting from these recommendations, you can clearly make your own list of requirements for compressors. Basically, for the correct choice of the pump, you need to know the characteristics of your own car, the parameters of the tires used, as well as the capabilities of the onboard power grid. To somewhat simplify the purchase of equipment for wheel inflation, you can choose among well-established manufacturers and specific models. Rating of compressors. Drivers are rightly interested in what car compressor is better. To name an unambiguous leader is extremely difficult, since there are many parameters and selection criteria. To determine the best car compressors, some requirements were made to them, namely, reliability, workmanship, performance, sufficient power, compactness, measurement accuracy, price/quality ratio. Each buyer will decide for himself which of the car compressors is better to choose. This largely depends on personal preferences and also financial possibilities. Read also, rating of the best high-pressure car washes for objectivity. This rating of reliability, performance, and quality was divided into two categories: budget car compressors, expensive models. This division will be the most fair, since the owners of inexpensive cars are unlikely to buy devices costing several thousand. At the same time, owners of elite cars can afford more expensive compressors that fully satisfy their needs. In each category formed its own top car compressors. The rating was replenished with models from the following manufacturers: Kachik, Aggressor, Berkut, Airline, Duffert, Skyway, Focusrite. Now separately consider the best according to experts and ordinary motorist compressors for tire inflation. Budget devices for owners of budget and medium-priced passenger cars. An inexpensive but quite effective compressor will be an optimal choice. These models operate primarily through the vehicle's cigarette lighter, have good power, quickly inflate the wheels, and have a simple design. This allows you to get a high degree of reliability and simplify the procedure of vehicle maintenance. Presented in the rating of inexpensive car compressors for tire inflation, models can easily fit in the trunk and lifting them will not be difficult even for a fragile woman behind the wheel. The budget segment of the best car compressors is represented by models of the following manufacturers: Airline, Skyway, Duffert, Autoprofi, Kachik. Now with each specific compressor should be familiarized separately. 50. The model of the car compressor of the firm Kachik, which many call the best representative of the budget segment. The productivity of the device is at an average level, which corresponds to 30 liters per minute. The maximum working pressure is 7 atmospheres. Such characteristics are more than enough for an ordinary sedan or station wagon. Powered by Kachik from the cigarette lighter, K50 has a cord length of 3 meters. This is enough to reach the rear and front wheels when connected to the cigarette lighter. The model is equipped with a mechanical pressure gauge. The entire body is made of durable metal, but the weight is quite light. The device is compact and fits into a special bag included in the kit. Users note the quality of assembly and comfortable housing. The manufacturer offers together with the K50 a set of different adapters. Of the disadvantages can be noted relatively high noise and the lack of a compartment for the cable in the bag. You will have to manually coil it every time. The approximate cost of the Model K50 produced by Kachik is 1,700 rubles. DCC 255. The device is produced by the firm Duffert. It does not offer any unique characteristics or capabilities. This is a standard and functionality car compressor, which is characterized by excellent assembly and adequate price. The model DCC 255 is in well-deserved demand in the Russian market. In many respects, this is due to the similarity with the most popular compressor Kachik K50. In them, you can even observe some external similarity. In terms of quality, they do not differ much. The product from Duffert is inferior in performance, which is 25 liters per minute. The pressure, like the Kachik, is 7 atmospheres. But the manufacturer has provided a shorter cable with a length of 2.8 meters. The device is equipped with a mechanical pressure gauge with several graduations. Some users call the presence of gradations a disadvantage. Others complain that because of this the font was too small. You can download that the compressor is compact, has special vibration dampeners made of rubber, is equipped with a bag, and has decent characteristics for servicing a passenger car. The disadvantage is considered noise and the inability to work for a long time without brakes. Some complain about errors in the operation of the analog manometer. For such a compressor, we'll have to pay about 1,800 rubles. Boron 01, the model from the company Skyway, equipped with an analog manometer, has a good performance at the level of 35 liters of air per minute and a high maximum pressure of 10 atmospheres. Although the device can work from the cigarette lighter, in order to take full advantage of the device's functionality, it is recommended to connect to a separate outlet. Some experienced motorists even recommend a slight modification of the connection to connect the compressor directly to the battery. The equipment is characterized by a robust design, has vibration damping supports, and is equipped with various adapters. The compressor can easily reach the rear and front wheels of the car thanks to a 3-meter cable. But the device works quite noisy, plus it requires a lot of electricity to work at maximum capacity. But the price does not exceed 1,500 rubles. X3, another good option for a budget compressor for tire inflation. This time produced by the company Airline. Consumers note a decent ratio of quality and price, thanks to which the model was in this rating. The device can work without interruptions for 20 minutes. This is quite enough for pumping up the wheels. Thoughtful design allows you not to worry about possible overheating. The manufacturer managed to get rid of this characteristic disadvantage of many compressors. The air hose has a length of only 75 centimeters, although the cable has all 3 meters. Productivity reached 40 liters per minute, which is the highest figure among the competitors presented. In the manufacture of the model, heat-resistant materials were used, which are not afraid of heat and severe cold, as well as sharp temperature fluctuations. The declared maximum pressure is 10 atmospheres. The advantages include a high level of reliability, excellent performance, and a durable, long-lasting metal housing. But there are some disadvantages. The compressor is quite noisy, is not equipped with a bag, and does not have a special compartment for the cable. Also, some buyers note that the characteristics stated on the package do not always correspond to the values that are specified on the compressor itself. Read also, the best canisters for gasoline. The features of choice for such a pump will have to give about 1,600 rubles. AK-65, the model produced by Autoprofi, which is a level ahead of all previous competitors. But also the price is corresponding. The key feature of the compressor is the presence of a twin-piston design with an increased capacity of up to 65 liters per minute. This device allows you to easily service not only passenger cars, but also large SUVs, vans, and so on. Each of the pistons has sealing rings. Flexible Teflon was used for their manufacture. This solution allows for excellent reliability even under prolonged loading. To connect the compressor to the vehicle, it is required to use clamps and connect to the battery terminals. Initially, the device is equipped with a fuse to protect the equipment from possible voltage surges. The pressure is up to 10 atmospheres. The body is made of metal. On it there is a mechanical, analog, pressure gauge. The wire length here is 3 meters, and the air supply hose is as long as 8 meters. The model has excellent characteristics, has protection against vibration, is made of corrosion-resistant material. Some disadvantages users have not found. To become the owner of such a compressor, be prepared to give 3,000 rubles. Classic 1, a really classic, inexpensive compressor, which will suit the owners of small and medium-sized passenger cars. Capacity is 30 liters per minute, pressure of 7 atmospheres, complete with a cable for 3 meters and an air hose for 1 meter. For the cable, there are special convenient notches around the body, which allows you to easily wind it and put it in a bag. The compressor is powered from the car onboard network through the cigarette lighter with a current of up to 14A. It is equipped with a mechanical pressure gauge with 2 scales. Additionally, there is a LED flashlight. It turns on when connected to the cigarette lighter. The body is made of metal, the compressor is quiet, it comes with a storage bag and various attachments. Of the disadvantages can be highlighted insufficient stability when working in severe frost. Such a model costs about 2,000 rubles. Expensive compressors. If you are ready to spend more money on a compressor, Then pay attention to the models presented in this rating. Such a device is designed to work with large SUVs and heavy-duty vehicles. The cost of some models is about 10,000 rubles. Buying them for passenger cars is practically pointless. This is more like a garage version of the compressor, not a camping compressor. Carrying them in the trunk is not always practical and convenient. 107 1/6. A device with a not very sounding name manufactured by Focusrite. But it is a universal car compressor, which is suitable for cars and medium-weight trucks. At the maximum specified pressure of 10 atmospheres, the capacity is 35 liters of air per minute. The supply hose is 3 meters long, and the air hose is all 5.5 meters long. This will make it possible to reach every wheel of even large vehicles. Current consumption does not exceed 14A, which makes it possible to connect to the onboard power supply. If the device detects an overload, an automatic shutdown is triggered. The device cannot work longer than 15 minutes without interruption. Equipped with a drain valve and has an extremely adequate price tag. For a universal compressor, they ask for about 3,000 rubles, AGR 160. Excellent professional compressor from the company Aggressor. Suitable for passenger cars, but more focused on SUVs, trucks, and commercial vehicles. Productivity of the model is at a very high level and is 160 liters per minute. But at the same time, rapid heating is noted, so you cannot work longer than 20 minutes without breaks. The pressure here is up to 10 atmospheres. The supply cable is 2.4 meters long, and the air hose is 8 meters long. The design is heavy, so it is preferable to use the compressor in the garage. Such a model costs about 6.5 thousand rubles, or 20. Experts and users consider this model from Berkut to be the best compressor in the premium segment. Excellent performance of 72 liters per minute does not prevent the equipment from being compact, portable, and occupying a minimum of space in the luggage compartment of the vehicle. The pressure reaches 14 atmospheres with a current consumption of up to 30 amps. Operation requires connection to a battery. The air hose has a length of 7.5 meters, and the power cable made only 2.4 meters. Such equipment allows you to leave the compressor in place and pull the hose to each wheel. Continuously works up to 60 minutes. Force swap requires quite a lot of energy, but this is due to the high technical characteristics presented. The price of the model is about 8,000 rubles. On which compressor to stop his choice, each motorist must decide for himself. This depends on a number of factors, when combining which it is possible to form specific requirements for the car compressor. For some people, compact, cheap devices with average performance are suitable, while others need high-powered devices with additional functions. You should buy a compressor based on your own needs, vehicle characteristics, and operating conditions. We can unequivocally say that a portable compact compressor must be in your trunk in case of a flat tire on the road. And more powerful devices designed for full service, full deflation, and inflation of tires, you can leave in the garage and use as needed. In conclusion, selecting the right car compressor is essential for ensuring your vehicle's performance and your peace of mind on the road. By considering factors such as the type of compressor, its power source, and the specific needs of your vehicle, you can make an informed decision that suits your lifestyle. Remember to prioritize quality and reliability, as these will ultimately save you time and money in the long run. Thank you for watching, and we hope this guide helps you find the perfect car compressor for your needs. Safe travels.